Okay, so we have kind of gone over in tutorials on how to share a document and how to share a folder, and also the big disadvantage with sharing folders or a shared folder structure is the DMS principle, don't move stuff. So with that in mind, I am going to, this tutorial is for PLC leaders on what really is a best practice for sharing certain PLC documents with my team. And because that's kind of an important thing to do, to share potentially the black box or the TACA with other people on your team so that you can all collaborate together. So I'm going to go over a real quick way to do this that will not disturb any existing file structures. So if I open up my drive, and remember one of the first tutorials I did was on adding a folder to the drive, and so for example this elementary school PLC leaders folder was shared with me by HRCSD PLC, and I was able to add it to my drive for easy access. Now in that folder there were two subfolders, elementary school PLC leaders and elementary school PLC leaders shared, and there's also my black box. The black box is what I want to share with my team. And so remember, this is in a shared folder structure, and not to get too complex, but Google differentiates between what they consider to be moving a file or folder and adding a file or folder. Adding, if you just drop and drag, moving completely moves everything to a different place. So unfortunately, adding is kind of an advanced move, and it's not the easiest to do, and it's different depending on the device. So I'm going to make things much more simple for you, and we are going to share the black box with our team as an individual document. So I'm going to check that. I'm going to click the share button, and it's going to open up who this is shared with, and you can see there's various elementary principals and instructional coaches that have access to this document because it is a shared folder, and that's so they can support. And I'm going to actually delete myself here, save changes, and I'm going to re-add myself. So say if I was going to add my team, I could, and I could notify via email, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make sure that there's edit permissions, and I'm going to click OK. And it's going to share out that particular document with my personal work account. So if I click over onto that view, and notice it's not my drive, but if I click shared with me, it is shared with me. And there it is, it actually just populated. Now, since remember this is in a shared folder, and I know that because it's right here. It's an elementary school PLC leaders. That's where it's currently at. And the whole idea, the principle of DMS, don't move stuff. So if I check it here, it's actually grayed out. It doesn't give me the ability to move to my drive. And that's an intentional thing Google did. And if I actually tried to drag it to my drive, it would give me a big warning saying other users will no longer see this item in shared folder elementary school PLC leaders. So I don't want to do that. I want to cancel that. Because if I were to do that, we would have the same problems in the other screencast where it would disappear out of that folder and it would be very difficult to locate. So we don't want that problem. So a compromise, good solution, is I could show you the advanced move on how to add it to your drive and make a copy essentially. But another good way is for the user and your team to star the document. So there's this little star right next to the black box, and if I star it, then I can access it easily on any browser, on any device, by tapping the starred menu. And it will organize all of the documents that I have starred. So important things that I want to access easily. And as you can see in my shared folder, I have a lot of things that have been shared with me over the years. And if I click title, I can see even more. And so this is just way too cumbersome. It's not easy to organize, and I can't find things easily that way. So I can find them easily by starring, and then just accessing through that starred menu. It's like a bookmark or a favorite. And so that way I can open it from my starred menu if I'm a collaborator. I can take a look at the black box. And the beauty of Google and editing in the cloud and the shared collaboration is I can open up and type something in here. And once I click off of it, you will see that Google has automatically saved up here. All changes have been saved. And if I go to the HRCSD training account in Chrome, you will see if I open up this black box, it has not moved. It is still in my PLC Leader folder, but I can't see it was last modified at 4:30 by Adam Howell. And if I open up that spreadsheet, doesn't matter on the device I'm in, I can see the edits that my other account made in this box right here. So, as far as best practices of sharing documents, it makes probably more sense and you will have less headache if you share the individual document to your PLC team and you coach them to star or favorite the document so they can access it easily rather than moving it to your drive, and always keeping in mind the do not move stuff principle. So if you have any questions, contact the curriculum team because we are here to help.